If you love mac and cheese, but you're trying to cut back on dairy, this vegan mac and cheese is for you. It comes together just as quickly as the boxed variety, and it's ultra creamy and delicious, which is why it's been a fan favorite on my website for years. To get started, bring a pot of salted water to a boil. I'm using 1 pound of macaroni noodles, and if you need this to be gluten-free, you can use brown rice or chickpea noodles instead. Cook the pasta according to the package directions, and while that's cooking, you can prepare the dairy-free cheese sauce. You'll need 1 cup of cashews for this recipe, and I'm using cashews that are not roasted or salted, so the sauce will have a mild, neutral flavor. If you can, it's great if you can soak the cashews in water ahead of time. This helps to remove some of the phytic acid that is naturally found in nuts, and it also makes the cashews softer so they will blend easier later. You can soak the cashews for 1 to 2 hours at room temperature or in the fridge overnight if you want to plan ahead. I've also made this plenty of times without soaking the cashews because I'm not always great at planning ahead. So if you have a high-speed blender that will totally pulverize the cashews regardless, that's an option for you too. Drain the cashews if you soaked them to remove that phytic acid, then add them to the blender. Add in 3/4 of a cup of fresh water and 1½ teaspoons of salt. Next, you'll add the lemon juice. My original recipe calls for a full 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, which is roughly the juice from a whole lemon, but I'd recommend starting with only 1½ tablespoons of lemon juice, and then you can add more to taste if you'd like more of a tart flavor. Next, you'll add in a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, which is a deactivated yeast that adds a cheesy flavor to this recipe. If you don't have it, you can leave it out, but I do think it helps with the overall taste. I also like to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, a small clove or 1/2 clove of garlic, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, which is mostly for color, a pinch of cayenne pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of spicy brown mustard. Blend that together until it's smooth and creamy. Drain the noodles when the pasta is done cooking. Then return them to the pot and pour in the sauce. The hot noodles will warm up the sauce so it'll be ready to serve quickly. If you'd like a baked mac and cheese, I recommend adding an extra 1/4 cup of water to the pasta because it will dry out as it bakes. I usually bake mac and cheese for 20 minutes at 350 degrees if you want to try that. I also like to make a grown-up version of this vegan mac and cheese by adding in some roasted vegetables. My family loves it with roasted broccoli and mushrooms added in, but you can also add in any other vegetables that you have on hand. If you want to make this in advance, you can prepare the cheese sauce and store it in the fridge for up to 3 days. I recommend making the pasta the day you want to serve it so that it will be as fresh as possible, and then you can stir in that prepared sauce. I hope you'll enjoy this vegan mac and cheese soon, and if you'd like the printable recipe to save for later, you can grab that over on my website, detoxinista.com. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up, and check out my other videos here for more quick and easy real food recipes.